Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the More JDT channel. Today we're doing a mock draft. That's right, the draft is coming up very soon. Actually, I'm recording this the day prior to the draft, so let's get right into it. We're going to do the first round of every team, or the teams that have the first round picks. So yes, the first round, we'll do every team in the first round. Let's start it up right here. Obviously, we have the Chicago Bears with the first overall pick. Obviously, they got rid of Justin Fields. They officially traded him to Seattle, or not Seattle, to Pittsburgh with Russell Wilson. So we're obviously going to grab the number one prospect coming out of this draft, Caleb Williams, quarterback out of USC. I don't know how great of a move this will be for the Chicago Bears, but they are going to get their guy in Caleb Williams. I'm not going to do any trades, but in my head, I'm going to pick the team, or I'm going to put the player with the team I feel like that team's going to go for. Basically, like, I'm just going to like not do any trades here. But if you see some guys who aren't going that you know you're like they should be going, I'm thinking that team might actually just get them trading up in the actual draft. There could be a bunch of trades you see coming on at draft day. So speaking about it, coming down with the Washington Commanders at 2, they gave away Sam Howell to the Seattle Seahawks. They need their quarterback. As you can see, it's their top position need right here on the right side of the board. So I am going to give Washington their quarterback. And I'm not going to give them Drake May out of North Carolina. I'm giving them Jayden Daniels out of LSU. It's pretty set in stone that Washington will be getting the Heisman winner, Jayden Daniels. Now, I actually really like Jayden Daniels. I'm a fan of LSU, so I don't want to see him go to Washington because I'm a Dallas fan, but it is their best bet, and I know they're going to be going with it. So Jayden Daniels at number 2 for the Washington Commanders. Now, the New England Patriots at number 3. Need a quarterback because obviously Mac Jones didn't cut it out. Their quarterback room right now is Nathan Rourke and Bailey Zappi. They need a quarterback to come in and do their thing. JJ McCarthy from Michigan. There's another great quarterback that played for New England that came out of Michigan. His name was Tom Brady. The championship for Michigan, I just don't see Gerard Mayo taking JJ McCarthy, so I am going to give them Drake May at number 3 from North Carolina. I just think that's the safe bet for New England. I don't know, like, if this was the Bill Belichick era, I would probably go JJ McCarthy, but it's a new coach in New England. I'm going to play it safe, go Drake May from North Carolina. At number 4, the Arizona Cardinals, they need a wide receiver desperately. They need a receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr., the best receiver coming out of this draft by far, and he will be getting taken by the Arizona Cardinals. At number 5, the Chargers, I had them for a while taking Brock Bowers, but they give away Keenan Allen. Austin Eckler's gone. Justin Herbert's really got nobody to throw it to. I'm going to give them Malik Neighbors at number 5 from LSU. I think that would be a great fit and good pickup for new head coach Jim Harbaugh. At number 6, the New York Giants also desperately need a wide receiver. The best one coming off the board after this is Rome Odunze. Now, obviously, JJ McCarthy's still on the board. The Giants could definitely go quarterback with this pick. I actually see them possibly going quarterback, but I think you need to figure out the wide receiver position. You can get a good quarterback. You still signed Daniel Jones. Maybe give him another year to try to do his thing. You got Tommy DeVito back there. Maybe he can come in and do something. I'm going to give them Rome Odunze. At number 7, the Tennessee Titans desperately need an offensive tackle, an edge, a receiver, a D lineman. I'm going to give them the best offensive tackle coming out of the draft. That's Joe Alt from Notre Dame. I think Tennessee needs to protect their quarterback in Will Levis. I think he needs more time to throw in the pocket. He's been scrambling a lot in the last year. They need somebody from that side, from the right or the left side, just to protect them. So I'm going to give them Joe Alt out of Notre Dame. I think that's the best available pick for them at this time. At number 8, the Atlanta Falcons come up. They need an edge rusher, and they about to get one in Dallas Turner. I think he's the best edge rusher coming out of the draft. Obviously, he's ranked very high at number 8. So out of Alabama, Dallas Turner. Welcome to the Atlanta Falcons. Chicago Bears have their second pick in the first round. They have 2. This is their number 9th pick. Now, obviously, they got quarterback Caleb Williams earlier from my selection. Now they kind of need an edge, an offensive tackle, wide receiver. They actually already boosted up their offense. I thought about it for a little bit. I'm going to give the Chicago Bears Latu out of UCLA, the edge rusher. He is ranked a little bit higher than Verse, and I just think I think, in my opinion, he's going to develop more quickly than Verse. I could be totally wrong, but I'm giving Chicago Latu. At number 10, the New York Jets come up. Their top need is tight end. You get Brock Bowers. Either I just feel like the Jets will trade up for Brock Bowers, or it'll just fall to them. Normally, you need to give Aaron Rodgers a weapon coming back, and they have decent receivers. You need a good blocking tight end. You need a good pass catcher tight end. Brock Bowers can do it all. He is the Kyle Pitts coming out of this draft. The Minnesota Vikings at pick number 11. They're going to get their quarterback in J.J. McCarthy. He falls down to Minnesota, or I can see Minnesota trading up to go get him. J.J. McCarthy, however, does fall to Minnesota. Justin Jefferson needs that quarterback to give him something, and they're going to give J.J. McCarthy that chance to work with Justin Jefferson. At number 12, we have the Denver Broncos, who also desperately need a quarterback. Now, I also heard the Raiders called in today, and they tried to trade up to the number 2 pick, probably to get a quarterback. I don't think it went through. I don't think it worked. So the Raiders could be trying something in the draft. Now, there's 2 good quarterbacks still in the draft here. I will show you them right here. It is Michael Penix Jr. from Washington and Bo Nix out of Oregon. These 2 quarterbacks are the 2 best quarterbacks coming out after the quarterbacks that have been taken in Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, McCarthy. These are the next 2. These are 5 and 6. Michael Penix, Bo Nix. Now, I can definitely see Michael Penix Jr. and Bo Nix going to the teams of the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders because they both need quarterbacks desperately. However, I do think that these 2 quarterbacks will be falling into the second round. I don't have them going in the first. A corner that they desperately need in Terron Arnold out of Alabama. Give me him to the Denver Broncos at pick number 12. I just think for Denver, it's probably the best way to go. For the Raiders, that will now be Quinyon Mitchell out of Toledo. Now, Mitchell has got some doubters coming out of the draft. People don't really know how he's going to really perform, but I still think this is a Raider pick. You know what I mean? They could go with Fashu over here, but I got him going somewhere else. So I'm going to give the Raiders Mitchell, the second best corner coming out of the draft, in my opinion, behind Arnold. The New Orleans Saints fall down to number pick 14. They have the offensive tackle need, the edge rusher need, receiver, D-line. They have some needs, obviously. Now, Gerard Verse is still on the board, ladies and gentlemen. Now, they take Fashu out of Penn State, offensive tackle. I think that's a good move for the Saints. I think they just need somebody to protect Derek Carr, give him time in the pocket. They'll give the ball to Chris Olave and all that. It's so dark. Let there be light, as one would say. With the Colts backed up at 15, I am going to have them taking a receiver in Brian Thomas Jr. I know it's not the best pickup for the Colts, but they need another receiver for Anthony Richardson to throw to, other than Michael Pittman. And Brian Thomas would be a great number 2 to Michael Pittman. So I'm going to give them the receiver coming out of LSU, Brian Thomas Jr. Not the greatest pick for Indianapolis, but I think they're not going to complain about it. You're getting a dog in Brian Thomas Jr. So I'd say you take them. With Seattle, they need a couple of positions. They obviously need a D lineman. They need offensive tackles. I'm going to give them Fuaga. I think that's a Seattle pick. I'm giving Fuaga. I think that's a great pickup for them. Give Geno Smith some extra time in the pocket. Help him out to throw the ball down deep. Offensive line has been a struggle for Seattle for many, many years, and you don't want to see Geno Smith get hurt again. Coming up to pick number 17 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They need an edge rusher. They need a cornerback. You have Cooper DeJean still there. But you know what? You got a guy that's been there for a while, and he's finally going to go off the board. Yeah, Gerard Verse, that's teaming up with Josh Allen and Tavon Walker. I think that will be a hell of a defense. Gerard Verse going to the Jacksonville Jaguars right there, baby. Let's go. At number 18, you got the Cincinnati Bengals. They obviously need offensive tackles. They've needed offensive linemen since the end of time, basically. They also need a D lineman. So Byron Murphy's still up there for them. J.C. Latham is up there for a pick. You get a great pickup in J.C. Latham. I'm going to give the Bengals J.C. Latham. I think he goes to Cincinnati out of Alabama. He's a great pickup for Cincinnati. I think they'll do really good with him there. So there we go. And the reason why I did that is because I actually have Byron Murphy going to the LA Rams. I think the Rams will trade up for this, or it will actually just fall to them. At number 19, the Rams just lost Aaron Donald. Who's the best available player to get from that player? It's going to be Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy goes to the LA Rams out of Texas. Pittsburgh Steelers, what do you need? You need a couple things. You need offensive tackle. You need a wide receiver. You need a D-line. You need inside offensive lineman. You need corners. Unfortunate. Your biggest need right now, Troy Fattanu, offensive tackle from Washington. Great tackle. He falls to you at 20. You just pick him up. That's just your best bet right there. Troy Fattanu goes to Pittsburgh. Now you have the Miami Dolphins coming up with pick number 21. They need a defensive lineman. They need an offensive tackle. They need an edge rusher. So Amarius Mims right there. You get him. You give Tua some more time to protect. I think that's a great pickup. They would also maybe go Jerzon Newton. I would not be against them getting them, but Amarius Mims is right there. I say you take him right there. That's an A pick right there for Mims. The Eagles get Cooper DeJean. He's a dog. He's a physical player. He's a beast. They need a cornerback. Cooper DeJean falls to them at number 22 out of Iowa. Great pickup for the Eagles. I think that's good for them. Minnesota with their second pick in the first round. They got J.J. McCarthy earlier. Now they need something else. What do they get? They need a D lineman. They need a cornerback. Well, you get Nate Wiggins. Nate Wiggins falls to them at number 23 out of Clemson, the best corner. I think he is a little bit better than Cooper DeJean. Nate Wiggins goes to Minnesota. So they get J.J. McCarthy and Nate Wiggins. I think Minnesota has a hell of a draft with that one right there. With the Dallas Cowboys coming up 24, my team, my Dallas Cowboys. I never get this pick right. I don't even get the right side of the ball right. I've been tossing and turning with this decision the whole time. I don't know if I want to get Graham Barton, Tyler Guyton, or Jackson Powers Johnson, JPJ for the Dallas Cowboys. But I am going to finally solidify my pick, and I'm going to go with inside offensive lineman Graham Barton. Now, the reason why I'm going Graham Barton is because not only can he play center, and most likely if he gets to the NFL, his position will be center, and the Cowboys definitely need a center, but he's also played a lot in the offensive tackle position. I think like 3 years in college he's played offensive tackle. So if we must move him to offensive tackle after losing Tyron Smith, we can do that. I think he is positioned to be a center. Tyler Guyton is here to be a great offensive tackle. I think he's an amazing offensive tackle. I'm going Graham Barton out of Duke for the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know that's a great pick. I don't know, and I really want to get this pick right. I think this is the year I can actually get this pick right, yet I still pretty much I'm going to fuck it. But Graham Barton out of Duke for the Dallas Cowboys. At 25 for the Green Bay Packers, they need offensive tackle, inside offensive lineman, corner, linebacker. They need a couple things. Kool-Aid McKinstry is right there for the taking. Kool-Aid to the Green Bay Packers. I think that's a great pickup for them at cornerback. Tampa Bay needs an edge. They need a corner, inside offensive lineman, a wide receiver. So many positions that they need. How do you spell that? All right, so Demion Robinson? I don't know. Out of Penn State, edge rusher, I'm giving that to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think if he's still up there, he gets taken. Marvin Harrison Jr. was taken with the first pick from the Cardinals. Now they have another pick in the first round. This pick number 27. Jazar Newton out of Illinois, the D lineman, drops down to 27. He's a 24th ranked player. I think he's good enough for Arizona. I'm going to give him to the Cardinals right there to get a defensive tackle. Buffalo Bills, we're nearing the end of the draft. The Buffalo Bills need a wide receiver desperately. Their receiving core is, how do I say this? Terrible. Awful. Diggs just went to the Houston Texans, so Buffalo, you need a wide receiver. Adonai Mitchell from Texas, he's still here. You take him with this pick at 28. Next up, you got the Detroit Lions. They need a cornerback. They need an inside offensive lineman, edge, wide receiver. They just signed Penei Sewell to a massive deal. They also just signed Amon-Ra St. Brown to a great deal. You have a couple options here. I mean, Tyler Guyton is still right there, but I'm not going to take him. I'm not going to put him to the Detroit Lions. JPJ, I can definitely see going to Detroit. They need an inside offensive lineman, and they need a little bit more push on the O-line, but their O-line is already really, really good, to be honest with you. And with this pick, with the best player available, I would actually be kind of a little bit shocked if the Detroit Lions take a receiver here. It's not the worst play. It's not the worst, but it is a little bit, it is tough. I think I can see Detroit trading up to get a cornerback, because their cornerback position has been struggling I think if they're like a 1 or 2 good corners away from making it further than they did last year. But I'm going to give them best player available. They need inside offensive lineman help. I'm going to give them JPJ out of Oregon. I think it's a really big toss-up. And if there's no good corners available, and if they don't trade up to get a corner, I think they just take the best player available. JPJ out of Oregon to go to Detroit. Baltimore, San Fran, Kansas City. You got 3 teams left. Here we go. Do they take Tyler Guyton, Ladd McConkey, Xavier Worthy? I'm going to make a decision here, and it might not be a great one. I might fuck it up, but I'm doing it. Ravens at 30 take Xavier Worthy out of Texas. I think he had the same build as Hollywood Brown, who was once on Baltimore before he went to Arizona and now is on Kansas City. So I think Baltimore just wants to go back and get another receiver just like that, and they get Xavier Worthy. The speed is killing. He broke the record at the Combine. I just think speed kills in the NFL, and there's been teams that have done this before. I think Baltimore takes him. I think if Lamar Jackson has any input in the team, he would say, get me this receiver. So I'm going to go with it. Now, like I said, I think Tyler Guyton does go a little bit sooner in this draft. I don't think he reaches number 31. If he does reach number 31, the Niners, without a doubt, get Tyler Guyton. I don't see how they skip on this one. He's an A-plus player. For sure he gets him. With the 32nd overall pick, the reigning Super Bowl defending champions, 2-time back-to-back Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. What does he want? He wants another receiver. They just got Brown. Rashee Rice, I don't know what's going to happen with him this year because of the car incident and all that stuff. So whatever he's got going on. So with pick number 32, I had Xavier Worthy going here. But since he's going to the Baltimore Ravens, give me out of Georgia, Ladd McConkey. I think Ladd McConkey is going to be such a fun receiver for the Chiefs, especially for Patrick Mahomes. He is the receiver where you look at and you're like, I don't know if he's going to be a top receiver, but then Patrick Mahomes is going to make him a top wide receiver. It's just going to be one of those things. You know, like Julian Edelman was supposed to be a top receiver, but then Brady made him look like that. It's kind of the same thing. I don't want to compare Ladd McConkey to Julian Edelman because that's a far stretch, but it's giving me the same type of vibes. Arizona, I gave them Marvin Harrison and Newton. That's an A+ and an A. We got the Atlanta Falcons. What do we give them? Dallas Turner, A+. Baltimore Ravens, we gave them Xavier Worthy. That's an A. Buffalo Bills, we give them Adonai Mitchell. That's an A+ for us. Love to see that. Carolina Panthers, they didn't have a first-round pick. Sorry. Whoopsie. Chicago Bears. The Bears, we give them Caleb Williams and Latu. It's an A+ and an A. We gave the Cincinnati Bengals J.C. Latham. That's an A+ for us as well. Cleveland Browns don't have a pick in this draft. Dallas Cowboys, we gave them Graham Barton, my Dallas Cowboys. That's an A as well. I'll take it. It's not the worst. Denver Broncos, Teron Arnold. That's an A as well. Detroit Lions, we gave them Jackson Powers Johnson. That's an A. So a lot of A's now coming down here. We have Kool-Aid McKinstry to the Packers. That is also an A. Houston doesn't have a first-round pick. Indianapolis Colts, Brian Thomas Jr. That's also an A. So a lot of, no, we kind of been slowing down the A+ there. Gerard Verse, that's an A to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Kansas City Chiefs, Ladd McConkey, A+ graded. Love to see that. The Vegas Raiders, we gave them Keanu Mitchell. That's an A as well. Chargers, the LA Chargers, we give them Malik Neighbors. That's an A+. Byron Murphy, A+. Okay. We're picking up now. Miami Dolphins, we gave them Amarius Mims. That's an A. Slow them back down to the A's. No B's yet, though. You like to see that. You don't want any B's. Oh, we nailed it for the Minnesota Vikings. J.J. McCarthy, Nate Wiggins, A+, A+. You're welcome, Minnesota fans. If that happens in the draft, you should be thankful. New England Patriots, we gave them Drake May. It's actually an A+ grade. Okay, I thought it was going to be an A, but it's an A+. New Orleans Saints, we gave them Fashanu, and that's an A+. I think that's your pronouncing name. I don't know how you pronounce some of these names. Sorry. Just kind of going, spitballing. Brock Bowers to the Jets, A+. I don't know how many A+ we're at this point, but Giants, Roman Duze, that's an A+. What do we got next? Eagles, we gave them Cooper DeJean. That's an A+ for the Eagles. Pittsburgh, we gave them Troy Fautanu, A+. Good job. You're welcome, Pittsburgh. San Fran, we gave you guys Tyler Guyton. We saw that was an A+ pick as well. Seattle Seahawks, we gave you Fuaga. That is a A+ pick out of Oregon State. Tampa Bay, Robinson out of Penn State, A+. Okay. We're Tennessee. Joe Alt should be an A+. I don't think he's not yet. Joe Alt for Tennessee, A+. And last but not least, the Washington Commanders with Jaden Daniels, an A. I don't know if they'll go with him, but they might. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is our mock draft for this year's 2024 NFL draft. I am so excited to watch the draft. I get to actually sit down this year and watch it. The last 3 years, I haven't actually been able to sit down and watch the fucking first round, but I get to watch it this year. I'm so hyped. I'm so ecstatic. I'm hoping I get the Cowboys pick right. I'm hoping this is a perfect 32 for 32, but it never happens. Again, I didn't do any trades here, but I did keep it in mind that teams will be trading up. Like, in my opinion, I actually do think Minnesota is going to trade up to the number 4 spot and grab J.J. McCarthy, or the number 5 spot, sorry. The number 5 spot with the Chargers to grab J.J. McCarthy, which would then also kind of mess up my Malik Neighbors pick because that would go to the Giants instead of the Chargers. So I am keeping things in mind, but I'm just hoping, I'm just right somehow. I'm hoping the first 4 picks are right. I think I got Caleb Williams, then it's Jaden Daniels, Drake May, and then I have Marvin Harrison. So I know Marvin Harrison and Caleb Williams should be definitely correct for those 2 picks. It is going to be Jaden Daniels and Drake May that are going to maybe flip-flop and mess it up. Jaden Daniels, I don't know if he's going to have all of it coming into the NFL, but I think the Washington Commanders are set with him. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoy this mock draft. Please leave a comment down below, a like, and subscribe on the video, and also, or like the video, subscribe on the channel. That's what I meant to say. And then go to the main channel, subscribe over there as well for more other different types of content as well. That's going to do it. Let me know who, if I did your team well. Let me know who you want your team to draft. And let me know some of your predictions of the mock draft. Maybe first top 10 picks, top 5. Just leave comments down below. Drop them down. I'll read them. I love it. Anyways, guys, I'll see you when I see you. Enjoy the draft. I'm out. And peace.